Hello, everyone. Today we will discuss different religions Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism. Have you ever just paused for a moment and truly looked around? Not at the headlines, not at the noise on social media, but at the people, the hearts, the struggles, the quiet questions in all of us. We live in a time where we're more connected than ever, yet somehow we feel more lost. We scroll for hours, but rarely stop to reflect. We talk louder, but listen less. We know more, but understand less. And in the middle of all this noise, religion feels like a loaded word. Some say it divides us, some say it's outdated, some hold on to it like a lifeline. But what if we've misunderstood it? What if religion, at its core, was never meant to separate, but to guide? Let's look at three major paths: Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. On the surface, they seem worlds apart: different prophets, different prayers, different histories. But once you move past the surface, a strange and beautiful pattern starts to form. Let's start with peace. Not just the absence of conflict, but something deeper, the kind of peace that sits with you in the middle of chaos, the kind that isn't shaken by what's outside because it's rooted in something inside. In Islam, peace is more than a goal, it's woven into the very name of the faith. The word Islam comes from salam, peace, and the greeting Muslims give, assalamu alaikum, isn't just a hello. It's a blessing, a reminder, a wish that peace surrounds you, no matter what storm you're walking through. Christianity introduces Jesus as the Prince of Peace. He walked into broken places, into hurting hearts, and brought stillness. He didn't just preach peace, he embodied it. He forgave the unforgivable. He calmed storms, literal and emotional. And when the world shouted for violence, he whispered love. Buddhism teaches that peace isn't found in the world, it's found within. It's not about fixing everything outside you. It's about calming the storm inside your mind, about letting go of anger, desire, ego, and just being still. Peace in all three paths is not passive. It's not weakness. It's strength under control. It's the deep breath when everything feels too much. It's the pause before reacting. It's the space we create between pain and response. And that leads us to something just as powerful: compassion. The moment your heart aches for someone else, when you feel someone else's pain and you don't look away. In Islam, compassion is so central that nearly every chapter of the Quran begins with the phrase, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful." The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was called a mercy to the worlds. He cared for orphans, fed the hungry, forgave his enemies, even those who tried to kill him. In Christianity, compassion isn't a suggestion. It's the commandment: love your neighbor as yourself. Not just those who agree with you, not just those who are easy to love, but the stranger, the outcast, even your enemy. Jesus healed the sick, touched the untouchable, welcomed the rejected. He reminded us that love isn't just a feeling, it's an action. In Buddhism, compassion, karuna, is one of the highest virtues, not out of obligation, but out of connection. When you see someone suffering, you don't see other. You see yourself, and you move gently, wisely to help ease that pain. Each of these traditions teaches us something powerful. We weren't made to live with blinders on. We were made to see each other, to care, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. But to truly live with compassion, we have to let go of something else: our ego. And that's where humility comes in. In a world obsessed with being seen, heard, followed, praised, humility almost feels like rebellion. But real humility isn't shrinking yourself, it's knowing your place in the bigger picture. Islam teaches that we are not owners, we are stewards. Everything we have is a trust. We bow in prayer not just as a ritual, but as a reminder. We are small, and that's okay, because in our smallness, we find something greater. In Christianity, Jesus, who had every reason to demand power, chose to wash feet, to serve, to love. He didn't rule with pride, he led with love. He showed that leadership isn't about being above others, but being beneath them, lifting them up. Buddhism warns that attachment to ego leads to suffering, that pride blocks growth. The more we let go of me, the more we make room for peace, wisdom, and connection. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. It's living for something beyond applause. And when we live that way, something magical happens. We start to feel united. Three different faiths, three different cultures. But listen closely, they're singing different verses of the same song. One person bows to pray, another folds their hands, another sits in stillness. One says Allah, another says God, and another says nothing at all. But each is reaching out, each is searching for truth, for meaning, for peace. Religion, at its best, is not a wall, it's a window, not a cage, but a compass. Maybe God doesn't care what language you use to pray. Maybe God just wants you to mean it. Maybe the divine sees past all the noise and into your heart. So, where does that leave us? In a complicated world, where faith can feel heavy, where differences are loud, where love feels rare. But maybe, just maybe, the answers aren't far away. Maybe they're written across generations in scriptures, in prayers, in quiet moments. Maybe they're not about choosing sides, but choosing soul. You don't need to have all the answers to start asking deeper questions. You don't need to be perfect to believe in something greater. You just need to be honest, open, curious. Because what connects us isn't the rules, it's the yearning to be seen, to be loved, to be at peace. So if this message found you today, carry it, not just in your mind, in your heart. And if it helped you feel a little less alone, a little more understood, then maybe share it. Not just this video, but the light, because the world has enough noise. What it really needs is more soul.